Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new on this channel, my name is Ivy. I'm a registered public health nurse from Zambia, but I'm currently here in the UK practicing as a nurse. So to my new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for your support. To my old subscribers, thank you for your support. I really appreciate you guys. If you are watching me for the first time, please subscribe and support your friend. Yeah, so thank you so much guys for everything. I really appreciate it. I don't take your support for granted. So yeah, so in today's video we are going to be talking about the NMC registration process. So by NMC, I'm simply talking about the Nursing and Midwifery Council of the United Kingdom. So I'm going to take you through the step-by-step process on how you can join the NMC register. So please watch this video until the end, because at the very end of the video I'm going to insert a video where you're going to see every step. Though I'm going to explain the process quite alright, but I'm also going to put a video which is also going to be very helpful. So please watch until this video ends so that you gain something. So yeah, this video is for everyone. If you're from Africa, if you're from the Caribbean, if you're from Asia, this video is for you. Yeah, because the NMC process is the same for everyone who is applying from outside the EU. So yes, so I'm going to start the process. I'll explain it step by step, and I just hope I don't miss anything. I'll try by all means. No wonder I said watch until the very end, because I'm going to insert a small clip, yeah, of everything that I'm going to talk about in summary. So yes, sit back, watch, and I hope you I hope you learn something from this video. The most important thing is supposed to have a passport. So if you don't have a passport, you won't be able to register with the NMC. So you need a passport, and your passport should be valid. It should not be expiring anytime soon. So ensure that you have a passport. So when you have that passport, you can now register with the NMC of UK. So the good thing is you can do the NMC process at any time. If you want, you can do it before you do your English exam, which is the IELTS or the OET. If you want, you can do it before that. So it all depends on what you want. So if you decide to do it before you write your English exam, ensure that you have a passport. Yes, but either way you still have to pay, because money is involved anyway. So it's up to you if you want to start with the English exam or if you want to start with the NMC registration. For me, I started with writing the English exam. Of course, after I wrote the English exam, before the results came out, I did my NMC registration. So what you have to do is go on Google and type www.nmc.org.uk. that's their website. When you type that, it's going to come. If you want, just type NMC registration and it will come. So I'm going to be looking this direction because I don't want to lie, I don't want to miss something. So if you see me looking down here, it's because I'm trying to read the things that I wrote down. So when you do that, when you type the NMC registration, it's going to give you options. So it's going to ask you whether you want to register as a nurse or midwife, or whether you want to register as a nursing associate. So if you're a nurse, you have to go on register as a nurse or a midwife. Yeah, and then after you click on that option, it will take you to another option where it's going to ask you whether you trained in the UK or outside the UK. So of course you trained outside the UK, so you have to click on the option which says you trained outside of the UK. So one other thing, if you're a nurse, a registered nurse, or if you're a public health nurse, you have to go under the option which says register as a nurse or a midwife. So if you're a public health nurse, please don't feel as if you won't be able to apply. You'll be able to register with NMC. I'm a public health nurse here, and I'm registered with the NMC of UK. So yes, as I was saying now, it will give you options, saying that's step 2. It's going to ask you whether you trained in the UK or whether you trained outside of the UK. And of course, we all know that we trained outside the UK. So you're going to click on that option. If you trained outside if you trained in the UK, you click the option which says trained in the UK. But if you trained outside the UK like me, you click the option which says trained outside the UK. And then you go now to step 3. In step 3, it's going to ask you to check if you are ready to register. And in order for you to check, you'll be given a checklist. These are things that you need to have. These are things that you're supposed to have. So if you have these things with you, it means that you're ready to register, of course. So you have to click on that option, and then you're going to see everything. So first and foremost, it's going to give you how much it's going to cost you. So the registration process, for the registration process, you have to pay. So registration process, for the registration, NMC registration, you have to pay £140. So according to where you are, you're going to convert that into your currency. So you have to pay £140 to the NMC. So you're paying this, it's more like consultation fee, because if you pay this amount and then it happens that you're not eligible, this money won't be refunded back to you. So ensure that even as you do the NMC registration, you are eligible to do that, and then go ahead and do it. So yeah, so it's going to give you it's going to give you the checklist of everything that you need to do and what you need to have in order for you to register as a nurse in the UK. So I talked about the NMC registration fee, which is £140. So after that, you also have to pay £83. That's for your CBT. CBT is a test of competence. And then you're also going to pay £153. That's for NMC application. That's when you are done. So for now, the first and foremost thing that you're going to do is pay the £140. So when you pay the £140, and then the rest of the things will follow. So now from the things, how much it's going to cost you, it now take you to, you will now see something written, how long does it take for the registration process. So for that, it depends on where you are. For me, it took 24 hours. Yeah. And that's because it took 72 hours. That's because I did my registration process on a Friday. But for others, it takes 24 hours, depending on what time of the week you do it. That's for people who are in Zambia. For people in other countries, I can't tell. I'm not sure how long it takes. So for me, I did my registration process on a Friday. That was on the 24th of December 2021. And then on the 27th, yeah, that's on a Monday, in the morning, I received an email telling me that I can now go ahead with the test of competence, which is the CBT. So yeah, so what they basically do is, when you pay a registration process, you do, when you pay a registration fee. So yeah, like what they basically do is, when you're doing the registration process, you pay the registration fee, and then you upload everything that you need to upload. The NMC of UK is going to contact your NMC. I don't know, depending on how you call it in your country. So in my country, it's Nursing and Midwifery Council of Zambia. So the NMC is going to contact you, the body that regulates nurses and midwives in your country. So they'll send an email, and then if you're a nurse, if you're registered in your country, the regulatory body in your country is also going to respond to say yes, this person is a nurse, blah blah blah. I don't know how they respond. I'm just I'm just assuming that they confirm that you're a nurse, of course. So when that communication takes place, then NMC is now going to send you an email telling you that you can now go ahead and write the test of competence. Yeah, so before that happens, so I talked about the checklist where you are going to see how much it will cost you, how long it will take you, and then it's going to show you where it's written evidence. So for evidence, this is what you need to submit and what you need to upload on your portal, because when you do this registration process, you are simply creating a portal with NMC. So for evidence, for starters, you have to upload your passport. So your passport is supposed to have the same names that you have on all your documents. Please, this is very important. For example, if your name is Mulife Don't Run on your passport, make sure that even your documents are saying Mulife Don't Run. If you say Mulife Don't Run, stop, you add another name, my friend, just know that for NMC they'll consider that it's a different person. These are two different people. So if your first name is Mulife, your surname is Don't Run on your certificate, ensure that those are the names on your passport. Don't add stop. Let's say Mulife first name, Don't Run second name, and stop and as another name. It doesn't work like that. So in a situation where you change your names, maybe you get married and then you decide to add your husband's name to your passport or to your certificate, ensure that all your documents have the same names. If they're not the same, you can always get an affidavit, and then so that you prove that it's you, like those are your names. So yes, so you need those, you need that. So ensure, please, this is very important, make sure the names on all your documents that you're going to upload on the NMC portal bear the same names. And then that's the first thing. The second thing is going to ask you to upload your qualification certificate. That's of course your diploma, your degree, or your master's on the portal. So it will ask you to upload your certificate, and then it will also ask you to upload your registration certificate. So the registration certificate with every country, it differs how it looks like. For us who are in Zambia, that small card which looks like an ID, it's very far, I would have showed you. That's the registration certificate. For others, it's a big paper. It just depends, but everyone, I'm sure, has a registration certificate. So they're going to ask you to upload your passport, your certificate, and then your registration certificate on the NMC portal. And then you also see an option which is going to ask you to provide the name of your regulator. So depending on where which country you come from, you have the name for your regulator. So for Zambia, it's Nurses and Midwifery Council of Zambia. So you provide that name. When you provide that name, they have all the names. They have all the emails. So when you provide that name, I'm sure that side, the NMC side, is automatic. It's going to show them their email, and then they are going to communicate with them. So that's the first part. That's so after that, don't relax, don't leave it at that, assuming that okay, since I've paid £140, everything is going to be done. So what's left for you is for you to go to your NMC. From your side, you go there and then you pay the verification fee. So depending on where you're coming from, the fees are different. So if you're coming from Zambia, the verification fee is 3,500 kwacha. So you go there to pay for that verification. They'll ask you to submit a photocopy of your certificate, registration certificate, 2 or 3 copies of your license, depending on how long you've been practicing. Yeah, when you submit those documents, that's after you've paid the 3,500 kwacha, of course, and then now you wait. So it will take, depending on what time of the week you take it, it will take maybe 24 hours, maybe 48, maybe 72 hours. Other it has taken for weeks, but it just depends. Yeah. So yeah, so for in order for you to complete your registration, the other thing that you need to do is there's the health evidence. So for the health evidence, they'll ask you some questions about your fitness to practice, like your physical health, if you are able to work, if you don't have any disability that will limit you to practice as a nurse, and you answer according to how you are. And then they'll ask you to put your doctor's email address, your doctor's name and their email address. When you do that, they're going to send them an email, of course, asking about your health, asking if you don't have any condition or disability that can limit you from practicing as a nurse, and then they'll respond. And then aside that, you also have to show evidence of your character. That's your police report. So depending on if you stayed in other countries for more than 10 years, apart from your country where you are currently, let's say for example you're in Zambia, you've stayed in South Africa for more than 10 years, you've stayed in Zimbabwe, you have to produce police reports from all these countries that you've stayed in. When you get those character evidence, you're going to upload them on the NMC portal. And then yeah, you also upload your English exam, that's your IELTS or your OET. And then after that, you're now going to be asked to pay £153. That's the registration, that's the NMC application fee. So you pay for that, and then now you wait, because remember, you still have to write, you still have to do a test of competence. You've already done the first part, which is the CBT. So now it is left for you to do OSCE, and then you can only do OSCE when you are here in the UK. So after that, yeah, then everything else follows. So I hope I was able to explain to the best of my ability, but in case I've left out anything, or in case you need some clarity on anything, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. I'm going to clarify anything. If you're not clear on something, also ask, I'm going to clarify as well. Yeah, so thank you so much guys for watching, I really appreciate. Yeah, so this is a clip that I mentioned earlier in the video. So in this clip, I was simply screen recording on what you have to do in order for you to find the information that I was talking about in the video. So just type NMC registration and it will bring you everything. So as you can see, it's showing you the steps that I talked about earlier. So when you follow this, you know that people like me, when someone just talks about something without seeing what they are talking about, it will be hard to understand. So no wonder I inserted this clip in order for you guys to relate to the things that I've been talking about. So just go through the whole clip and then see the steps that I was following. That way, when you want to, anytime you want to join the register or register with NMC, it will be easier for you to do it, because at least I would have talked about it, and then I've also inserted this clip in order for you guys to see what I'm talking about. So the other thing that I forgot to mention, so in order for you to do all those things, you have to create an NMC online account. So for you to create the NMC online account, you simply have to go on Google again, type NMC online services, and then it's going to bring you some information. You'll see why it's going to be written login, NMC login or register. So if you don't have the account yet, I assume that you don't have the account, you're going to go where it's written register. So when you go there, when you click on register, it's going to bring you a list of things that you have to do. So that's why you have to write your name, date of birth, and every other information that they're going to ask you to write. So when doing that part, also please put the names that are on your documents. The same names that are on your passport should be the names you are going to use when doing that. Should be the same names on your certificate. So when you do that, you are registering with NMC. So that account that you're going to create, please don't forget the password. Know the passwords, because you'll be using that account from henceforth. So for example, the account that I created when I joined the register is still the account that I'm using now. When I do my OSCE, that's the account they're going to update. When I do everything that happens, they update that account, and I have to keep on checking that account. So ensure that you write your password somewhere and don't forget about it, because that's the account that you're going to be using for every other thing. So yes, register and make create that account. If you already have it, just log in. So since for example, I already have that account, so the only thing that I do is whenever I go to the NMC online services, I just log in, I put my email address, and then I put my password, and then I log in, and I'm able to see everything. But if you're doing it for the first time, you have to go on register, and then from register it will give you they'll ask you questions such as your email, your first name, your last name, your date of birth, and all those things. Just put those things, and then your account will be created. Yeah. One more thing. So you are only eligible to register with the NMC of UK, which is the Nursing and Midwifery Council of the United Kingdom, if you are a nurse who was trained for 3 years or more. Yeah, so it means if you have a diploma, it should be equivalent to 3 years or more. If you trained for less than 3 years, then you are not eligible to register with the NMC and come here and work as a registered nurse. So for example, I don't know what they are called in other countries, but in Zambia we have enrolled nurses. So if you are an enrolled nurse, you're not qualified to register with the NMC of UK, because if I'm not mistaken, enrolled nursing is for 2 years. So for you to qualify, you need to upgrade. So don't worry, not to worry. You only need to upgrade. So you can always upgrade, and then after that you can register with the NMC of UK, because if you trained for 2 years, you're not going to be accepted to register unless if your training was for 3 years or more. Yeah, so yes guys, so the only thing that we need to do is upgrade, and then after the upgrade we can register with the NMC. Yeah. So guys, I forgot to end my video, so thank you so much guys for watching my video. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. What are you waiting for? Subscribe. If you are new on this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment down below, share the video, and I hope and I believe that you've learned something. So thank you so much for watching the video once again. I really appreciate. See you in my next video. Bye.